2 plus decades of service in the army, I had moved into the corporate sector. I would definitely place integrity as the foremost value. I had received several awards in the past, like the Best in Service Delivery, ACE Awards, and the Rainmaker Awards. The first and the foremost role in risk management, IoT devices are becoming ubiquitous, enabling the connection and communication of physical objects.
Hi everyone, welcome to the esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation, and I am your host for today, esteemed. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. We have one such multi-sectoral stalwart on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Colonel Daniel Varghese. Thank you so much, Colonel, for joining us today.
Thank you, Smith. Pleasure being on this platform. Yeah, thank you.
He's a distinguished business luminary and esteemed veteran of the armed forces who infuses any organization with his profound strategic acumen and management prowess. Lately, he has held the position of Associate Director at Flipkart Internet Pvt Limited since August 2017, where he oversaw various key result areas, including an integrated security program and projects. So, Colonel Daniel Varghese, our viewers would like to know in brief about your career journey, especially the transition period from your military to a corporate career.
Sure. Thank you once again. So, the formative years of my professional journey started from the Indian Army. I had the honor of being commissioned into one of the elite and the oldest regiments after being trained as an officer at the Officers Training Academy, Chennai, way back in 91-92. So after 2 plus decades of service in the army, I had moved into the corporate sector. My first stint has been with CMS Info Systems, heading the territory operations. The company was into ATM cash and bullion logistics space. Now, following this, I had tenures with emphasis in the managed services segment for the banking sector and subsequently in the e-commerce space with Flipkart. There are a lot of life-based values ingrained into a person while you lead in challenging situations, more so in a combative environment. Teamwork, camaraderie, and the care for your people hold significance. There is this saying in the forces, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And toughness is all about mental, physical, and emotional fitness. Needless to mention, the professional ethos, which as an army veteran, you bring forward to the corporate setup is of a high order. In the business world, the objectives, the metrics, and the dynamics are very different. However, values on integrity, honesty, professional credibility remains the same. Today, we are aware customer expectations has been elevated to different levels. Customers and stakeholder requirements are changing and are evolving from the traditional patterns of buying and selling. Change in the mindset to address customer issues is a must. In short, the transition for me has been one which was trouble-free, with the right mindset to adapt, getting onto a quicker learning curve, and most importantly, being conscious of the changing dynamics. The transition overall has been smooth, and I must admit that some of the best values of army life can be brought and practiced in business as well. Yes.
Absolutely. That's wonderful to know. Would really love to know what are some of your core values and principles that you've carried over that have helped you thrive in the corporate world.
Okay, so needless to mention, it's a long list, and each of these values is invaluable in itself. The armed forces instills within you a host of leadership qualities and a strong sense of self-discipline. Now, as an infantry officer, during tactical operations, You're leading your troops into intensive combat situations in hostile and insurgent areas of the country. And most of the times, it is on inhospitable terrains and under inclement weather conditions. It is here where I can say that unparalleled values of life and professionalism are brought to the forefront. I would definitely place integrity as the foremost value. Upholding transparency and ethical behavior builds in a lot of trust with colleagues, clients, and stakeholders. In short, it builds up your credibility and it could also kind of foster relationship. Now, there are other values which are equally important, like accountability, ownership of one's actions, and ethical behavior. And it builds up a lot of trust with colleagues, clients, and stakeholders. In short, it builds up your credibility and it could also foster positive relationships. Other values which are equally important are like accountability, ownership of one's actions, decisions, and its consequences. It ultimately reflects on one's reliability and professionalism. I feel that we must get down to this culture of owning up the piece in a committed manner. Now, third is about adaptability. That, of course, is being flexible and open to change, which helps you much in dynamic and in uncertain situations. Now, most business professionals are well aware of the dynamics operating in a VUCA environment. Now, recognizing the values of teamwork and cooperation is important. Therefore, a collaborative spirit within your team and the external agents is something which is very important. Another value which I would really like to bring onto the forefront is continuous learning. Now, this is a very important aspect and which I have been following very closely. For example, aspects in business continuity in the e-commerce sector, or maybe even in other business segments. So it helps you to stay relevant, expand the skill sets, and adopt new technologies. Resilience in the face of setbacks, uh, challenges, and failures are essential for bouncing back in new age businesses. Now, this is not an all-inclusive set, you see. So finally, embracing innovation allows organizations to stay ahead of the curve and adapt to the changing market demands. By embracing these core values and principles, individuals can navigate the complexities of the corporate world as well as deal with many of the aspects with integrity, resilience, and effectiveness. Yes.
Could you also tell our viewers about some of your awards and recognitions?
Uh, See, the way I look at honors and awards is one receives within an organization or within the industry per se is a mark of recognition of the efforts that what one puts in as an individual and as a team collectively. It is an essence of your accomplishment, but it is also a reminder to raise the bar. It is a celebration of the collaborative spirit and the team efforts. I had received several awards in the past, like the Best in Service Delivery, ACE Awards, and the Rainmaker Awards. Now, personally, as a risk professional, uh, I see that the awards which were received during COVID years was an award that reflected the extensive pain undergone by the team and the struggle to keep the business network open. It was operating against a highly challenging environment while trying to balance the customer scores. The regulatory measures imposed by in some states were tough and on one hand, And on the other hand, you equally had an onus of to deliver essential items and shipments to customers who were in dire need. So I would say that winning brings in the joy and sense of accomplishment, but it is also a sharp reminder to raise the bar.
Absolutely. What roles do you play in combining ESG concepts to promote sustainability and spur corporate expansion?
Okay, thank you. So now we look at the ESG framework. So in the wider context, there are a host of international treaties and protocols ranging on climatic changes, protection of ozone layer, hazardous waste, and access to genetic resources. Now, the clamor for stricter norms and mandates is getting stronger with the passage of time. Therefore, I think the member states and industries in future will have to align to these norms in the interest of their sustainability. The first and the foremost role in risk management, wherein I strongly feel, is integrating environmental, social, and governance concepts. And this is very crucial. This would help in identifying and mitigating ESG risks that could impact the long-term viability and reputation of a business. So therefore, a proactive stance in managing these risks can help the companies to safeguard their operations as well as their investments. Now, this would also foster stability and provide the resilience for expansion. The second would be on cost and efficiency. Now, implementing sustainable practices can lead to cost savings and operational efficiencies. By reducing energy consumption, waste generation, and so resource units can lower the operating expenses and improve profitability, freeing up resources for investment in expansion initiatives. Now, for instance, in the e-commerce industries, there are last mile customers, deliveries being done by bike riders. More than 1 lakh riders are out on the roads any single day for 6 to 8 hours duration, doing their deliveries to the customers. Now, converting these bikes into battery operated bikes not only offers a great value in terms of the cost, but also contribution to the environment. Now, at the outset, it may sound as a sound proposition, but we may have to be cautious on the disposal state of these batteries in their end of their life stages. Now, even solar panels produce clean and renewable energy, but in the process of manufacturing these solar panels in mass, a lot of fossil fuel is used and plastics are generated. Now, are these wastes going to be dumped into the landfills and then leave it to the local government authorities to handle it? Or do companies have a social responsibility around it? Now, thirdly, when it comes to regulatory compliance and market access, I think adhering to ESG standards is essential for maintaining compliance and accessing new markets. Companies that are proactively addressing the ESG issues are better positioned and also have a long-term value in protecting the limited resources and using them consciously. Now, sustainable practices creates value for shareholders and stakeholders, apart from contributing to the financial performance and maintaining the competitive stance. So therefore, companies that embrace ESG principles are better positioned to capitalize on the growth opportunities while mitigating the potential challenges and ultimately contributing to a more sustainable and prosperous future. Now, it is also about creating a brand differentiation and reputation. Embracing ESG principles can differentiate a company's brand in the marketplace, enhancing its reputation and competitive advantage as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
Okay, I think so. Some of the values which could be of importance is firstly on sustainability. The importance of environmental sustainability, social responsibility, and good governance practices within the organization will go a long way in adding immense value to the business. It could bring about promoting social equity and diversity as well, as also ensuring the transparent and ethical decision making. So, therefore, ESG would help in the long term value creation for business and its shareholders. On coming on to the regulatory compliances, staying abreast of relevant laws, regulations, and standards related to ESG and corporate governance will mitigate the legal and the reputational risks for organizations. Now, this involves understanding evolving regulatory frameworks, industry best practices, and emerging trends in sustainability and responsible business conduct.
Moving on to technology, what are some of the remarkable changes that you have seen in your field with the advent of technology? And what changes do you expect to see now, with the advent of Internet of Things, AI, machine learning, digital twin, big data, Web 3.0?
Okay, this is an interesting topic. I would, in fact, look at all these elements separately, or these technologies separately, briefly touch upon them, and then I would kind of unify them so that what could be the outcome. So, the convergence of IoT, blockchain, AML, cloud computing, and digital twins and big data is expected to revolutionize various industries and aspects of life in several ways. And how would this happen? Now, so IoT devices are becoming ubiquitous, enabling the connection and communication of physical objects to the internet. This has increased the efficiency, automation, and data collection not only in the e-commerce space but also across other sectors such as healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, and maybe even in the smart cities also. AI and ML algorithms are used in conjunction and are crucial for analyzing the vast amounts of data generated by these IoT devices. So these technologies enable predictive analytics and pattern recognition for improved decision making. Next, we shall see blockchain. So blockchain technology provides secure and transparent transactional frameworks, enhancing the trust and accountability. So blockchain can also be integrated with IoT devices to ensure data integrity and secure communications. Next, we shall talk about cloud computing. Now, cloud computing platforms offer scalable infrastructure and services for storing, processing, and analyzing IoT generated data. So they facilitate real-time processing, collaboration, and accessibility, enabling organization to leverage the benefits of IoT and AI without significant upfront investments in hardware and software.
Understood. That's
Let's
very
move on to digital twin. Now, digital twins are virtual replicas of physical objects, process of systems. Now that enable real-time monitoring, analysis, and simulations. So by integrating data with the digital twin models, organization can optimize performance, conducting predictive maintenance, and simulate various scenarios to improve the decision-making capabilities. Now, we talk of big data. So the proliferation of IoT devices generates vast amount of data, which can be analyzed and to extract valuable insights and drive informed decision making. Big data analytics tools and techniques enable the organization to process and derive actionable intelligence from diverse data sets, leading to enhanced operation efficiency, product innovations, and maybe even the customer experience also. So overall, the convergence of these technologies is expected to drive digital transformation across industries, leading to increased efficiency, innovation, and competitiveness. But
absolutely.
however, it also raises certain concerns with regard to data privacy, security, and ethical considerations. And these will require careful regulations and governance to address these issues.
Absolutely. Completely agree with you. So, sir, we're building a community of industry magnates, and the move is meant for cross pollination of knowledge and for building a knowledge sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. What are your thoughts about this initiative taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole World Development Corporation team?
Uh, so this is in fact a great platform. Now bringing together I think diverse expertise from different industries that lead to innovative solutions and new business ideas. Now, cross-industry perspectives often spark creativity and the out-of-box thinking. And to a large extent, of course, it enhances innovation and creativity. So the initiatives taken by Mr. Hevel Mehta, Mr. Zeshan, and the team bears great significance, where I certainly know industry leaders can share their experiences, lessons learned, and the best practices. This exchange can help avoid common pitfalls and accelerate the growth for all members. It brings about good networking and collaboration opportunities because a community of this nature provides a platform for building strong professional networks. Apart from it, it can facilitate mentorship and talent development. Now, seasoned professionals can mentor emerging leaders, contributing to talent development within the industries. So, this mentorship can also help in identifying and nurturing future leaders. It also goes a long way in addressing other common challenges such as regulatory issues, tech disruptions, and market fluctuations. Having a clear vision and object, I mean, helps in aligning the efforts and expectations of all the members towards the common goals. And consideration for being more successful to have a diverse and inclusive membership, including a diverse mix of industries, geographies, and expertise. So I certainly wish them all the very best in their continuing efforts.
This was great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire all the future leaders. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you, Smith, and thank you for your time and also being here on this platform. Thank you so much.
Likewise, thank you.